Now, I've had a number of emails and questions about use of the Wright Balance Express and why we want to tape the various power spots that recruit the core regions. I want to talk to you about that and show you why now. If you look at my left hand here, I can do this on either left or right hand, but on my first pad up, recruiting my upper core, I have red gauze tape. On my first knuckle up, I have the black gauze tape recruiting mid-core, and for my lower core, I have the blue tape on the second pad up. So when you're doing the Wright Balance Express, I would strongly encourage you to just do this. You'll cover all grip sizes when you do. Then it will create a state of balance that's actually quite interesting. All three areas. And I have knee flex. I feel like I'm floating. So I move heel to toe. Okay, I've checked all my planes of motion. I'm square everywhere. But I feel like my weight's moving heel to toe. And it's a floating sensation. Move the gauze tape on my middle, and which is that first knuckle up, and my upper core, which is the first pad up. I'm leaving on lower core gauze tape. Now, so I have only the lower core, and when I add knee flex, my weight goes right over the center of my arches. Before, when I had all three on, I was floating. Now I'm over the center of the arches. The other thing you'll notice here is that my power or my carrying angle with this tape on goes to my lower core carrying angle. You can see how wide that is. I want you to notice this because I'm going to change the tape here. I'm going to move it to my upper and middle core and show you these same variables. So now I'm going to remove the tape from my lower core power spot and replace it with my upper core power spot. Tape on my upper core power spot. I'm just going to put the bar on because I want you to notice how square I stay when I add the knee flex. So now I have upper core power spot, add knee flex, and I immediately go to the balls of my feet. And you'll notice now that my carrying angle all I have to do is take that spot, add knee flex, weight goes to the balls of my feet. My carrying angle, look at how shallow I am. My lower core is about 150, 51. This is 163. So I've moved 12 degrees. And not everybody has that range. I have students who only have 2 to 3 degrees of range. But it's not so much the range as it is what this recruits. So this power spot is going to recruit my balls of my feet. And now I'm going to replace the upper core with my middle core. And by the way, when you do this, you can put this tape on any finger you wish. And now I have it on my middle core, first knuckle up, add knee flex. I'm just between the center of the arches and the balls of the feet. And now you'll notice my carrying angle now moves to about 156, 57. So now I'm about 6-7 degrees between my carrying angle. Two of our Wright Balance professionals brought something to my attention. Rick Eisenhower in our Northern California, and Jay Edwards, who's worked with me, and we've seen Jay in videos. The impact a wedding band may have on that power spot. So it's easy to test. Remember I said earlier that you will find yourself floating. I've taken the wedding band off and just holding it. And I've done the express and I do feel the floating sensation. I had knee flex and I'm still floating. I checked to see if my wedding band has an impact. I put it on, had knee flex, and I'm still floating. Now there's a reason for me for that. I've lost a good bit of weight since the original purchase of this wedding band, probably 25 pounds. So it goes on and off my finger very easily. If it's tight on you, be aware of that. I would just encourage you to take rings, jewelry off when you are either doing the right balance exercise, whatever you're doing. I have where you're playing golf, whatever you're doing. So I'm going to put the sleeve, finger sleeve, with the ridge on my upper core. And I add my knee flex, and I go right to the balls of my feet. All I have to do is move that ridge up. It's like a ring, it's a pad, but it applies more pressure than the rest of the finger sleeve does. And now I add knee flex, and my weight is middle core, behind the balls of the feet, forward the center of the arches. Now I'm going to go up to the lower core, just move that ridge up on my finger, and my weight just went right over the center of my arches. I take this off, and once again I'm floating. So your power spots work on any finger sleeves, gauze tape, whatever you're using. I'd just be sure to take off any jewelry, rings that you have, so they don't impact when you're playing in particular. Really the purpose of the video is to show you that you should be putting some, depending on whatever activity you're in, you should be recruiting from your desired core region, power spot. So if you want to be out on the balls of the feet, you want to put it on the first pad up. If you want to be more over the center of the arches, put it on the second pad up. And if you want to be in between middle core, balance point, you want to be between the balls of the feet, center of the arches, put it on that first knuckle. Depending on the sport or activity, what you want to recruit, after you've done the express, and you have all three regions taped, for example, you're a long distance runner, every long distance runner I have measured has a very shallow carrying angle. So if you want an angle that's here, that's going to have to do with stride, it's going to have to do with thigh angle during the run. You're going to want to tape that upper core spot. I have the red tape on. If you are a long distance or a sprinter, I'm going to suggest you move it to the second pad up. Again, we're looking at a deeper stride, a deeper thigh angle in running. So the long distance runner, longer stride, narrower carrying angle. These angles go through the body, and they are the angle of range of motion in multiple regions of the body. Important for you to remember. Another question, well, if I want to increase the carrying angle, and which impacts external shoulder rotation, as long as there's no restriction in shoulder motion, use something larger. Use the barrel of a baseball bat. You still want to be able to get your hands all around, all the way around whatever implement it is. But if I did my Right Balance Express, fingers taped with this size, it's going to increase my carrying angle. And it varies from player to player. So that is exactly how. So if you're playing golf, if you're an upper core player, I want to put it on that first pad up. If I'm a mid core, I'm going to put it where I have it. And you can put it on any finger, by the way. And if I'm lower core, I want a piece of tape out on that end. Why? Because it will naturally recruit the balance that you want at address. If you're a hitter at the plate and you want to clear your hips, after the Right Balance Express, you want that spot taped. And I would take it a step further. If you are on the mound, and I want to increase my velocity, want to increase my leverage, external shoulder rotation, I can now do so by taping. I put it on the glove hand, any of these spots. The thing you want to be careful of is is the shoulder able to support whatever stress you're putting on it. So if you've had an external shoulder rotation of 150 and you move it to 138, which is possible, be careful. Make sure you do plenty of shoulder strengthening exercises to get there. So we have a lot of research to do in terms of runners. If you're out walking, these are all factors, no matter what your activity. If you tape all three fingers when you do the Right Balance Express, you can be ready for any activity. And if you have done the isometric hold, say for a count of 10 in each position, you're going to easily hold for a good 24 hours. Thank you for watching.